Hi guys, today is February 12th, 2020. Futures are pointing higher, and here are your short-term and long-term picks for the day. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and write me some comments. I would like to hear from you. Okay, so let's start with one of my favorite companies is Akamai Technologies. Okay, symbol AKAM. They reported today. Very good number. Yesterday they reported very good numbers. Stock is up pre-market, and they handedly beat. And I think the stock is a buy, even here at $100. I mean, I would love it to buy it under $100, but I think it's a buy. So that's a good pickup in my mind. Okay, so LYFT reported, very popular stock. And LYFT reported actually not bad numbers. I actually like the report, and I don't know. I mean, it felt pre-market because the stock ran up a lot pre-earnings. So it basically ran from like $46.90 to like $54 pre-earnings on the heel of Uber earnings. So that's why the stock is a little bit down pre-market, and I would love to buy the stock under $50. So if it falls under $50, I would grab it. Okay. Another company that's in the news, actually several companies that are in the news and expected to report is Applied Materials, expected to report after hours today, and they expected to report pretty good numbers. The stock ran a little bit pre-earnings, but I would still be interested to buy the stock even though it ran a lot. Other stocks in the news are Micron as well. Micron was upgraded by UBS today. It was a huge price hike, and Micron is looking good to me actually. And looks like, as you can see, the Magda is crossing here. It's not overbought. It's looking good to me, so I would be interested to buy the stock. Maybe it can come down a little bit. Maybe you can buy it a little bit cheaper. Okay, another stock that's supposed to report is NVidia. Actually, not today, but tomorrow. But NVidia ran a lot pre-report, so it's trading around $270. Even though I think the report was going to be good, and I've been recommending the stock for forever, probably, and I've been recommending chip stocks forever. But NVIDIA ran a lot pre-earnings report. I'm not sure if I want to buy it pre-earnings. Okay, but MU, Micron, and Applied Materials, I'm interested. Okay, another stock that's in the news and it's running is AMD. AMD reported several days ago and took a dive, and that was a really good time to buy, and it's been upgraded ever since by a slew of analysts, and it's running higher. And as you can see, all the stocks, like chip stocks, as you can see, Magda is crossing, so that means that they will run more. Okay, so even though they run a lot, but I think they will run more, especially on the heels of this coronavirus. A lot of Chinese manufacturers are down, chip manufacturers are down, so the demand remains high, and the memory prices surged recently, so I think the chip makers are a very good pickup. Okay, so another company that's reported is CVS Health. Reported really good numbers, and stock is up pre-market. I think in general it's a very good long-term hold company, and I would buy the stock. Okay, another stock in the health space is Teva. Teva is the Israeli company, the largest generic drug maker in the world, and they reported pretty good numbers, and I think a penny higher than expected, and they are higher pre-market. I mean, Teva had its own problems in the past like maybe 6 or 7 months, but looks like they're recovering, even though to me they look a little bit overbought. But if they can come down a little bit, maybe it's a good time to buy. Okay, so Moody's reported Moody's reported pretty good numbers, and they're higher pre-market, but it's very expensive stock, very slow moving stock. It's a very good long-term hold stock. I'm not buying this stock here. Okay, it's a little bit overbought. Let it come down a little bit, and maybe if you're a long-term investor, this is a good stock to hold for a long time. Okay. Okay. Speaking of long time, is Shopify. Shopify reported really good numbers, spectacular numbers, and but the company is still losing money, actually, by the way. But it doesn't matter. It's similar to Tesla. Even though Tesla is actually making money, this company is losing money, but nobody cares about that. Everybody cares about Tesla, and nobody cares that Shopify is making huge moves as well under the radar. So, but the company is this stock is going higher. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just like for Tesla, this the overbought territory is nothing for Shopify. So symbol SHOP. It's a Canadian company, and it's in a really good space, similar to Amazon. It's people say it could be new Amazon. So I mean, it's opening a lot higher. I would wait this to come down a little bit if you want to pick up the stock. Okay, speaking of picking up the stock, Twitter had a really good report several days ago, and since then it came down a lot. So I think it's a good time to buy Twitter, actually, because the number of users surged based on the last report. I actually like the last report a lot, and I think Twitter could go higher on the heels, especially considering that we have Summer Olympics coming up, we have presidential elections coming up, and people will go on Twitter, and I expect a lot more users on Twitter during those times. So on this drop, I would pick up Twitter shares. Okay. Another company that's reported is CYBRARK. There's been a lot of talk recently about cloud companies, cybersecurity companies. Everybody's talking about cybersecurity and how they have to. Even Fed Chief Powell yesterday said that this is #1 priority, the cybersecurity. But at the same time, CyberArk reported good numbers, but didn't provide a good guidance. So that's why the stock is down pre-market. And if it's down too much, maybe it's a good pickup, because cybersecurity is an issue, and this company should do well over time. Okay, so speaking of do well over time, Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh my God, it reported really bad December sales numbers, and they said that they will lose more money on promotional items and lower traffic, store traffic. It's a terrible report. I mean, they didn't report earnings, but they pre-reported basically the numbers for December, and that was terrible. I mean, investors were giving a chance to the new CEO to turn the story around, but doesn't look like it's going to turn around. So people are selling shares, and I would not recommend to buy this stock on this sell-off. Okay. Another company that's in the news is Perion Network. It's a smaller company, but it launched the Privado private search engine powered by Microsoft Bing. So it's opening higher. It's not a bad company. I mean, I think the shares could go higher, and today is going to be in the news. Maybe it's not a bad pickup if it comes down a little bit. Okay. And also, I like the solar companies because of, for example, like SunPower, symbol SPWR. A lot of talk recently about the climate change and how we can save the climate, and how we can save the planet, and fossil fuels are bad. So solar is the way to play those. Is the way to play this. Okay, SPWR, and another company is FSLR for solar, and another company that I like is CSIQ. Okay, so these three companies that I like, and as you can see, CSIQ is crossing here, and don't forget, guys, that the tariffs still exist, but reduced tariffs. But for these companies, for solar companies, the tariffs pretty much non-existent. Okay, because they fought through. These companies, the solar industry, fought off the tariffs. So I like solar companies, the ones that I mentioned, and I think it's a good pickup. Okay, that's it, guys. That's the wrap for the day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.